It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. What really did happen to Confederate Soldiers Monument in Clarksville, and who finally put it back? There it is. Bay, you remember?
Yep.
We went down there. We went live. Over 50,000 views and tons of comments. From both sides of the argument.
Yep.
They took our monument, right? And also, good. It never should have been there anyway, right? All those comments. Well, yeah, the signage for the Confederate Soldiers Memorial Bridge and the corresponding monument that's right there have both been returned to their previous locations. This was after spending months in storage. Oh, they put it in storage. About 20 years ago, almost, the sign and memorial were put up there. Bay, do you remember when they put this up?
Back in the day.
Yeah,
I remember.
Now the Cumberland Drive there by the Frank P. Gracie Camp 225 of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Now the bridge dedication was approved by a 7-4 vote by the City Council back in August 2001. So both were removed back in June. That's when they took them out. Remember they plasma cut or whatever and dug up the monument and they were gone. Not saying anything, just doing it. Right. So now it's all back there. Yeah, the decision to do so, made by Mayor Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts, was directly related to the growth, quote unquote, the growth of social justice movement, Black Lives Matter, while peaceful protests took place in Clarksville for 93 consecutive days. Mayor Pitts said this: "I made the decision to remove and store the monument and sign in early June out of an abundance of caution during the heat of the George Floyd-related demonstration. Didn't want them to be vandalized or become a flashpoint." The mayor also said that the end of the local demonstrations and recent return of the Confederate memorials were purely happenstance and unrelated. Do you think that this was needed to happen, or would the monument would have been just fine? Lawyer Wayne, what do you got?
It's tough to be at a place and to make a decision out of fear like that, right? To have something up there that you're worried somebody's going to damage, and you believe the threat. I don't know if there would have been anybody would have actually tried to vandalize it or something, but you can imagine it could have been a scandal if they did.
Yeah.
Put it back now.
Tangi, you're a county commissioner. Your thoughts? You think it was the right move to move it and store it?
In light of what was going on at the time, I think that was probably wise, and I get where he was going at, trying to be cautious, because of what, nothing happened in Clarksville. I didn't think anything was happening in Clarksville, but you never know.
Yeah, too many veterans with guns.
You just never know. So I think that he did that to just be safe, and so like you can't target something if there's no target.
Okay.
So that was a target. That was an area that could have been led to unrest.
Now, what about not putting the word out there that hey, we're putting this in storage? Why keep silent about having it hidden in storage for all this time?
Well, that's what I wanted. But they did put the word out there.
Not when I first put it. Like when Bay and I did that video. Okay. That was about about 4 or 5 days after it was removed. Right.
Yeah.
There was no information. There was no saying, hey, we're going to be moving this, or hey, we just moved this.
So question, did they put the word out when they was putting it back?
Not that I know of.
No, they didn't.
No.
And that's what I want to know. Who knows the ass? No.
Yes.
Tell it like it is, Tangi. Tell it like it is.
Saw them take it down and put it back. Like, because I was like, it's back. Like, I actually was riding by and I was like, oh, it's back.
It's back, right.
Then people were talking about, then it was in the news, like, oh, they put it back. And I'm like, who? They didn't tell anybody either way.
No, they took it away without saying anything.
And they put it back.
And they put it back without saying anything. Right.
Like a thief in the night.
Right. I mean, it's just a little weird that it was done that way.
So I would suppose the thinking is this: If you announce, hey, I think we ought to take this down because we're worried protesters are going to vandalize it.
Then you gonna
It's a
have
little bit
protest.
insulting to the protesters, first off.
Okay.
And also, then people are going to call for it. Well, doesn't it take a vote to take it down? And everybody's going to make political hay out of it. Same thing with putting it back. If you tell people ahead of time that you're going to put it back, then there might be people that would want to score some points by opposing putting it back.
Right.
Somebody introduces a resolution to forbid putting it back. Everybody has to argue over it and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, if you just do things, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, they say.
I mean, it is city property.
And Joe, I want to tell you, I'm gonna put it like this because I was gonna use children. I didn't want anybody to think I was calling them children, so I nixed that. And but I'm gonna use it like the military risk assessment. If you see that this can go wrong, right? When you're doing your risk assessment before you go out to training or whatever you do, you're looking at everything that could go wrong.
Yeah.
And so if you're saying this statue here, that's a cause. Something could go wrong here. Let's move that. Or this can go right. Let's put this back. Whatever the case is. To me, it was like we don't want anything to happen. We don't want a target, and this could possibly be a target. Just like, when I used to wear Victoria's Secret out in the field, and they said, hey, you get us all shot because everybody else smelled like dirt, and you smell like
Well, I'm sure
strawberry vanilla.
I'm sure you probably still smell like dirt eventually.
I know, you smell like dirt. I smell like strawberry vanilla.
No,
She smells fine.
Thank you.
Did you just sniff her like Joe Biden?
I pulled a Biden. She smells great.
I like being sniffed, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
What you doing after that?
Oh my God. By the way, Tangi, you have beautiful, gorgeous, natural eyes.
Who told you to bring attention? See, that's what I'm talking about. You just brought attention to something I didn't want to bring attention to. Same thing with the statue.
Just letting you know. I've never noticed before. That is me giving you a compliment.
Turn the camera back on you, Joe.
Camera's on me. How you doing? Here, I'll do the pecs.
Gosh.
All right. Hey, what was the Tennessee man doing to his grandma when he got caught digging up her grave?
Oh my God.
Yeah. A Knox County guy. He's in jail. This is after causing nearly...
He dug up her grave.
Probably trying to take a jury.
I'm sorry, allegedly. Convicted.
Allegedly.
Okay, nearly $30,000 in damages to a cemetery in an attempt to resurrect his grandmother. Law enforcement responded on Monday.
What kind of damages? Do we mean digging a hole? Was he tearing up stones? Did he get the coffin?
This was Wednesday,
Was
Monday
he using
night.
a track hoe? What are we talking about here?
There was reports of vandalism at the church cemetery.
So
Okay,
he broke the gate.
Could be breaking the gate, right?
Maybe.
Extensive damage, including dig sites and broken headstones, were found. So this guy, we'll call him just Danny, okay?
Okay.
He admitted to destroying some of the property in an attempt to resurrect his grandmother, who was buried in the cemetery. He was arrested and charged with vandalism and criminal trespassing. So he must have brought some type of machinery in there, breaks down the gate, getting into where his grandmother's at, ruining those tombstones along the way. Why? Why dig up Granny?
He said, "Where's the Ricks?"
Was he on drugs?
That's what he said he was going to do.
Hey, I have one
There's no
reason.
drug reports on their arrest. Usually there is if there's a drug.
It's 2020.
He
That's
should have
why.
gone to the pet cemetery. He should have took her to the pet cemetery.
Have you actually seen the movie Pet Cemetery?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just
Unreal.
checking. Just checking.
Unreal. Crazy. All right. Do you want to see what the guy looks like?
Let's see.
Not
Yeah.
particularly.
No? All right.
Better left to the imagination.
You know, a good point. All right. Let's.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.